How you doing? This is Tony from 6 String Corner, and in this lesson I'm going to show you Best Friends Girl by the Cars. It is a really fun song to play on guitar, and I'm going to have a lot of fun showing you how it's done. Parts of this song is in the 6 String Corner tab library. Click the link below. It's free. There's this song and a whole bunch of others. And without any further ado, let's get on with the lesson. So I'm going to show you two parts. The first one is what Rick Ocasek plays, which is pretty easy, so we're going to get through that really quick. And then I'm going to show you all the tasty stuff that Eliot Easton did for this song. Alright, so let's start off with Rick Ocasek, because actually he starts out the song. We're going to do 3 different chords. We're going to go with E, A, and B. Okay, that B looks a little different. Let me get to that in just a second. So just a simple E power chord, just the low 2 strings. And then the A, open A, and then right here. Alright, so you got an E power chord, A power chord. And then the B, alright, is actually the first and the third. So it's going to be the middle finger on the 2nd fret A string, which is that B note, and then the pointer finger is going to be on the D string on that 1st fret. Pretty cool, pretty interesting. So then you're going to be pretty much going back and forth for a lot of the song. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and you're just going to go back and forth with those 3 chords through most of the song. There's going to be one exception. I'll show that in just a second. So the picking starts off pretty simple. I think the first 1 or 2 times is just what I did. And we kick into the meat of the song, at least the meat of that part. You're going to do a little, just like a quick up and down right on the E, okay? So that's pretty much it. There's times when Rick just, like he'll skip that. He'll skip that, or he'll put it in, back and forth, back and forth. The only time you're going to have a slight difference is and that part is just you're going from the A power chord to a B power chord. Now you can play it here, you can play it here. That guitar is really way in the background. What Eliot Easton is doing is going to be much more prominent, and let's get to that right now. Alright, so Eliot doesn't really play in the beginning of the song. It's pretty much Rick Ocasek, a lot of hand clapping going on there. He comes in right here and plays this lick. This is the first thing you'll hear from him. If you see live clips of the Cars playing, this is what he plays. There's multiple layers of guitars that are going on in the song, but I'm kind of deferring a little bit to what he did live. That's really what he did. This is like the one that sticks out, this riff right here. And so how do we play that? So we're going open E to the 3rd fret, which is the G note, and then to the B right here. And then you're going 4, 2, 0 on the A. So, and then you do a little bit of slide into 4 on the A, and then go to 2 on the D string. And then back to the 2nd fret on the A string, and you go to this next part, which is open D to 1 on D, and then repeat. There's a little bit of a pull here on that 3rd fret on the E string when you play that. You kind of bend a little bit. You don't bend It's not a big bend. It's just really slight, and then it goes right to the next note. So it goes 3 times. And on the 4th time, you just ignore that part. So it's going to be, the 4th time will be this. Now the next part, what Eliot does here is we're playing the A we're going from A to B. And what I've seen him do, you have options in how you want to do this, I think. But what he plays the A power chord here. Right? It's da-da, ba-ba, and it's just a simple A power chord. And then he kind of slides into this B right here. So it could be from anywhere down here. I just kind of did it from the 3rd fret, but you want to just kind of hear that. So he kind of slides into this B power chord right up here. This is up on the 7th fret here. Just the 2-note B power chord. And then you're going to play the 2 times where the little finger goes up to the 11th fret on A. So you kind of bow, 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 bow. And now we go into like a minor lead lick. Well, minor. This is actually a very cool lead lick. That's kind of theme in the song with the chorus. And this is what Eliot does, and then I'll break it down. One caveat I want to offer on how I've watched his videos, I've watched him show how he plays it, and the second part here, all right, he does sort of like a bar thing here. I don't know why. I really don't. I've tried to analyze it. I've watched other people show it, and all he does is this note right. You could actually almost play this with an open B. The way I play it is it's open E, 2 on B, and then I jump up here. So this is 5 on B, 4 on G. You can do it the way he does it there, or all right, and then you go to this next part. It's a little chromatic run here on the G string. It's 0, 1, 2, and I use my pointer finger just to play off both of them. So, and then this next part here is the little finger is on 5 on the B, and I'm pulling off from 5 to 2. So when I'm playing this part, my pointer finger is actually barred on the B and the G string. So, and then back to 2 on the G. And then back to the little finger note here, the 5 on the B. And then we go from 4 on the G to 2 on the B, kind of quick. And then it's open G, hammers on to 1 on the G, and then 2 on the D. All right, let me take that in slow motion for you, the whole thing. And then repeat. All right, second time, we don't do this, we don't do that. Second time, we end up right here, which is the 4th note on the B string. You're going to do that twice. That happens twice before the solo. And then you're going to hit this note here because that jives right with the B major chord that's right in there. It's a note that's in that chord. So after you do the first verse, when the second verse begins, right, that comes back in on the rhythm guitar. However, there is something that Eliot does here. All right, I'm giving you the simplified version. I've heard and seen live versions of Eliot. He's done all kinds of different crazy things to embellish that a bit. But I'm just giving you the simple version here, so then you can make with it what you want as you start to play the song. We've got an E major bar chord right here. And then we're going to go, and this shape here is a middle finger on 7 on the D, 6 on the G, ring finger is on 7 on the B, and we're going to slide that up, same exact shape, 2 frets up, and then back. Notice some mute stops there, and then we're going to go, just kind of slide your way into it, and then slide up, and then back, but no extra picking there. So, and then repeat. And I'm also doing a little mini arpeggio. So that's the gist of it, and that's how you're going to play the beginning of the second verse, and later on it comes back again right after the main guitar solo when you play another verse. Okay, so far everything that I've shown you is repeated in the song from there on out. So what we're going to do now is tackle Eliot's lead guitar solo. I won't get into all the theory and the reasons why and behind. I'm just going to sit here and show it to you. Just suffice to say that the solo goes back and forth. It literally changes the scale patterns from A to B and A to B, because what's happening in the background is this part here, A. Alright, that's what's going on in the background. So I won't get into all the ways on how it was constructed. I'm just here to show you how it's played. Alright, so let's break that down real quick, alright? So we start off, we're in the A major position, and we're going to slide. Alright, we're down here, sliding into 4 on the A string, double 2 on the D, and then we're going to repeat that on the D string to the G strings, 2 on the G. And then I take my middle finger and I'm going to slide from 4 on the G, and then go to 6 on the G, and then my pointer finger is going to play 5 on the B. From there, I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to slide that up on the G to the 9th fret. My ring finger is on the 9th fret, but I'm on the high E string, so we're going to skip the B on this one part. Now the next part, we're going to take that shape and go up 2 frets to here on the 11th fret, and what you're going to do is you're going to bend both of those strings. Alright, slight, probably about a half step bend on both those strings. Make sure you got that B muted. The open B is in the middle. I'm muting it with, I guess I'm muting with my middle finger, but I also got my pointer finger down here. Just make sure that B string is muted. Alright, so let's take it from the beginning. Alright, now this next part, you saw me do it this way. However, there's also another way that it's done. Eliot kind of shows it this way. I think either way is fine. He does a bend. Now, this is really difficult. Where he bends on the 6th fret here on the G string and bends it up. And then you have one of these fingers here tackle the 7th fret on the high E string. And then descend the bend and then the 5th fret on the E string. So after you play this, I like this way. I've listened to some older recordings live and swear it sounds like this. Honestly, if you're playing this solo, it's not going to matter because you're still hitting the same notes. The only difference is you're sliding instead of bending to it. Okay, I'm going to show you the slide version because that's what I did. It's a lot easier for me. It seems to flow better, if that makes any sense. So what we're going to do is we slide. This is 8 on the G, and then pointer finger is 7 on the high E. So we slid the middle finger up, and then what we're going to do, slide to bring the middle finger back to where we just started on the 6th fret, and then pluck the 5th fret on the high E string. However, what is happening is the pointer finger doesn't leave either. So you kind of hear both strings a little bit of a slide in there. All right? Or if you want to do it the other way, then you're going to go to make this bend on the 10th fret on the high E, and then come back down with the bend. Pull off from 10 to 9 on the high E string, and then 10 on the B string. You're going to hit that twice. Alright, now next comes this really cool lick. So that's going to be, when you do this first one, you're bending 1, 2, and what you're doing is you're bending on the 10th fret on the B, little finger sitting there on the 11th fret on the E string. And then a pull out from 10 to 8 on the B to 9 on the G. And then the next one is, so what you're doing here, it's kind of a similar lick you're doing, dun, 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 dun. But what we're doing here is we got the ring finger here on 9 on the G and a little finger on 10 on the B. And then a pull off from 9 to 7 on the G. And then put your ring finger on 9 on the D. And the next part is this. So this is a chromatic, little 3-note chromatic run here from 4, 5, 6 on the G. However you place your fingering for the first two, get the middle finger here if you can on 6 on the G. It'll make the next part a little bit easier to get your fingers to access the other next notes because you're going to skip the B. So I'm putting my little finger, or you can do your ring, whichever, on 7 on the E string, and then you're going to see 5 on the E string. Keep this finger here too while you're doing that. Now to finish it, hold this shape. You're going to slide up 2 frets. Remember we kind of did that earlier? It's sort of the same thing. And then there's this really cool fast lick that comes right here. We're on the E string. We're going to pull off. It's going to be a double pull off. 3, 2, 0 on the E. And then 3 on the B. And then open E again. And then you're going to skip the B and do something very similar here on the G string. 3, 2, 0. Finish it off. We're going to go. That's 2, 0, 2 on the D string. And then we go back to the lick that he's played several times in the song, only we're going to have a little twist to it. So we're going to do this. you got to go right to that open E and move your fingers. This, trust me, this moves quick. Alright, now you're going to play this lick again. But here's what's going to happen. You're only going to go that far, and then you're going to play that quick lick again. And then repeat it again. And then you're going to finish this really cool part here. So how that finishes, after you do that part, then you just slide from 2 to 4 on the G. Alright, and then what's going to happen here is you also have 4 on the E string. And then that slides right down, same pattern, but on the 2nd fret. Now I think he just lets it go down, but it might be kind of like we did earlier. And then, so what I did there is I just picked from 4 to 2. I think this is a minor thing. You can do either one. And then from there, you're going back to the verse, the 3rd verse, where you're going to come back to this part. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment and let me know what you think about what you just learned and just saw. And I'll catch you on the next one. Rock on.